The potential which tempted Jim McLean to pay £60,000 to Clydebank for his transfer in October. And Rapid Vienna playing exactly the same team, which won 2-1 in the first leg, 9 internationals in all. One of them is their goalkeeper Herbert Feurer, who will be looked upon to play as crucial a role as Hamish McAlpine did for United 2 weeks ago. Huge crowd inside Tannadice as Rapid Vienna start the match, defending their 2-1 first leg lead. Paul Sturrock tackled immediately, and Derek Stark, wearing number 2, moving straight into midfield. Here's Bannon on the left. A German tackle from Leo Leiner, the Rapid right back. Now back with David Neary. Conditions tonight ideal for football. Crisp, clear evening. And the United supporters in excellent voice. Richard Gough, who started the match on Saturday in Aberdeen in the centre-back position, now playing right back again. Paul Sturrock forcing that very determined clearance over on the far side to give United the throw. Paul Haggerty back in his usual position after missing the cup tie at Pittodrie on Saturday. Making that towards Dodds. And Neary. Haggerty switching it to the left to Malpass. Krankel getting back with him. Here to elbow the fullback off the ball. So the free kick is given to Dundee United. Hans Krankel in the unfamiliar role defending for Rapid. 66 caps he has for Austria. Bannon's free kick left by Coyne, but no one coming in from the far side, and that's a Rapid goal kick. It's on immediately by Malpass, and with David taking the goal kicks, he plays the United men on side. Neary at full stretch. Keglowitz beaten by Gough. Gough going for the return from Bannon, but Keglowitz was alive to that. Take it back very smartly indeed. Now Sturrock. Once again, Haggerty races into the box for the long throw on the far side. Taken by Derek Stark. Looking for Haggerty, got the touch. Davy Dodds challenging, Feurer in trouble. And the whistle had gone in any event. It's a free kick inside the box to Rapid Vienna. The challenge, I think, from Davy Dodds was the one which incurred the penalty. Keglowitz. Turning away from Malpass. Bannon getting back again, so is Davy Dodds. Good play from United, pulling men back whenever they lost possession, taking no chances of losing an away goal if it's avoidable. Richard Gough running straight into the tackle. The ball is retrieved for United by Sturrock. There's Dodds. Gough playing it to the wing to Billy Kirkwood. Kirkwood taking on quick as ball, and that's a free kick, all right. Just on the edge of the penalty box. And Kirkwood certainly had beaten his man comprehensively as he went forward. Clear free kick. So Bannon again to take the set piece. Gough and Haggerty in the box. Fine effort by Richard Gough. Splendidly saved by Feurer. Well, Richard Gough could scarcely have taken this one better. Direct from the free kick on the full volley from Bannon, but Feurer in the right position. Start with the long throw again. Helped on by Hegarty. Goff also in the box. And Eamon Bannon getting back very quickly. The back four men in the box needing some help from midfield players. And playing it for Goff, and that little moment of hesitation on the part of Richard Goff, allowing the ball to run for the throw, but it was deflected. There's Coyne. Chance now for Stark. And Davy Dodds makes it for United. 21 minutes gone, and Dodds gets the vital goal. But Davy Dodds takes the acclaim of his colleagues and the United supporters, and that really was a bit unfortunate, that goal, the way it came about, coming from the far side. They cross in from Richard Goff. Now Stark coming on here, appeared to be caught in two minds about the shot. I'm sure he wasn't intending a pass, but Dodds didn't hang about, and Feurer had no chance at all. It's challenged strongly by Goff. Good ball wide for Bruchik. He was the man who had the very bad knee injury a moment ago. Oh, that wasn't far away. Panenka almost surprising Hamish McAlpine at the near post. And that shows the danger from this man, Panenka. Well, there appeared to be no chance at all on as the ball was played out of the danger area from Maurice Malpass. There was Panenka, spotted the chance, and look how close that was. Neri playing it wide. Goff again relishing these forward runs on the right. There's Kirkwood. Sturrock leaves it. Dodds couldn't make it. Some good defending there inside the box. The marking was from Leo Liner rather, and he certainly saved the Rapid Bacon on that occasion. Very swift move on the right. Billy Kirkwood racing towards the dead ball line. You see Sturrock letting the ball run for Dodds, and the challenge from Liner was decisive. Good running again by Bruchik. Neri with him. And Davy Dodds may well be a shade lucky there to get away with that challenge. Leaning heavily on Crenshaw, but the referee again not interested, and to be fair to the Austrians, not much of a protest. Here's Bruchik again. Liner on the overlap. He's away from Bannon. That's well collected by McAlpine. Well, how the Austrians must hate the sight of the United goalkeeper. An inspired performance in Vienna a fortnight ago. And just watch this again as Liner comes through this tackle from Bannon, makes towards the dead ball line. Very promising situation for the Austrians, and there was McAlpine. Stark getting the ball wide again for the Kirkwood, and that's the corner kick. Happily accepted by Kirkwood, playing in that right flank role normally occupied by Ralph Milne. So Bannon lining up the in-swinger, Coyne on the line. Hegarty beaten to it by Weber. So Richard Goff and Paul Hegarty have another opportunity from the second corner kick. Hans Krenkel back in the box to help his defence as Bannon swings it across. Feuer's punch out. Kirkwood back towards Bannon. Coyne! He snatched it. Tommy Coyne certainly had the opportunity on that cross, although you must give credit to Herbert Weber. I'm sure we'll see that on the replay. Punch out from Feurer, a good header of this, and Kirkwood back into the path of Bannon. Now as the ball comes across, it falls kindly for Tommy Coyne. Now look how quickly Weber comes to block the shot. Craig Isbauer making the run from the back, the number 4. Keglowitz in space. United a bit stretched. All the way across now for Krenkel to return. And Bruchik had a shooting chance from Goff's header. Keglevitz. Very important United can get to the interval with this single goal lead. The 45 minutes are up in the first half and still Rapid come forward. Certainly burst to life in the closing quarter of this first half. They won the corner kick now. Barely enough time to take it in the first half. Played in by Panenka. An awkward one. Dodds doing well, taking no chances with a headed clearance. And once again, United have every man back in the box. Panenka once again. And Dodds again, content to turn it behind as referee votes, checks his watch. And how United will welcome the sound of the half-time whistle. Panenka for the third time. Headed away by Goff. And the half-time whistle goes. United depart to warm applause from their supporters for a thoroughly efficient, competent first-half performance. The golden moment, of course, coming in the 21st minute when Davy Dodds gave them that golden goal. The cross from Richard Goff on the right came to Derek Stark. Stark tried the shot, which didn't come off. It broke for Dodds, and the ball was shot into the roof of the net. So Davy Dodds departs. United have that solitary goal lead, and they're looking good now for the European Cup semi-finals, depending, of course, on the 45 minutes to come when you rejoin us right after the break. United get the second half underway, and Rapid Vienna have made a change at the interval. Number 12 has come on. That's Gerald Vilforth, who's come on in place of Zlatko Kranjčar, who played in the first half wearing number 7. So it's Vilforth for Kranjčar, and that was a change which was made. Well, Vilforth came on rather in the first leg in Vienna and was impressive on that occasion. So obviously the Austrians hoping he can do the same again. Dundee United at half-time must have been content, but they also would have a difficult tactical problem. Now that they have the match in hand, they have to decide whether to keep pressing forward for more goals to clinch the tie, or whether they should try to tie things up and hold what they have. Well, we'll soon see what Jim McLean has in mind. I've no doubt he's mindful of the fact that Rapid have scored in both their away legs in the European Cup already this season. On one occasion against Bohemians, their away goal took them through to this round. They lost 3-1 to Nantes away from home, and they lost 2-1 to Bohemians. And on both occasions have done enough at home to make it through. So one goal for Rapid would clearly change the complexion of the whole match. So United with the free kick. David Neary will take it. Richard Goff heading it across, and Feurer collects. That certainly has encouraged the United supporters. Gargar in front of Paul Sturrock. Sturrock again. Pulling it back for Stark. Oh, that wasn't far away again. Derek Stark certainly getting a scent for goal. Played across by Sturrock. Stark hitting it firmly and positively towards the right-hand post, and Feurer happy to see it go wide. Keglevitz got the touch, but Neary was there. Bannon content to accept the throw. It's for Sturrock. Once again, Gargar in heavily at the back. Sturrock taking more punishment. And referee Robert Wurtz is determined not to use his yellow card. Another quiet word with Gargar. He did that in the first half, mind you, and really a second warning should involve a booking. Here's Bannon's free kick. Richard Goff is up, beaten by Keenast. Stark pulling it back. Good header down by Keenast. And here's Krankel. Vilforth. The flag is up against Keglevitz in the middle. And once again, the Austrian coach is on the touchline protesting. Otto Baric going wild at that offside decision. Richard Goff with the free kick. Davy Dodds going for it. Bannon challenging. And that retaliatory kick will undoubtedly put Bruchik in trouble. Well, Bannon is booked. Well, I have the feeling that it was the reaction of the Austrian player which got Bannon booked rather than the foul itself. So now there'll be a change for Dundee United. Tommy Coyne is going off and John Holt goes on. Sorry, Ralph Milne it is. Ralph Milne, number 14, going on in place of Tommy Coyne. Davy Dodds penalised for that late challenge. Certainly was careless and well worthy of the warning from referee Robert Burtz. Leo Leiner is on the deck. And I think that may be to allow some reorganisation among the Rapid players. A bit of coaching going on as the Rapid coach comes onto the field, arguing it once again with the referee. Otto Baric getting upset once again, taking some stick from the United fans on the far side. Regisbauer playing it forward. Keglowitz has got great pace, but he won't catch that. Kept in by Sturrock. Here's Keenast. Bruchik. Panenka. There's Krankel. Leaving it to Keglowitz. Great shot saved by McAlpine, and the menace of Keglowitz couldn't be clearer. What a shot that was from the blonde striker. Set up by Krankel. Keglowitz came inside, let fly with that powerful right foot shot, and that was well saved by McAlpine. Leaving it to Bruchik. Panenka playing it forward as Keglowitz. Well judged by Hegarty as Krankel. Well worth the first time effort. Goff pulling out of trouble. Offside over him. Panenka couldn't keep the ball in play, and that's a United throw. It really is all very tense now. Second change being made by Rapid. Hagmaier coming on. Panenka has gone off. Appears to have taken a knock. So Hagmaier, the man who scored in Vienna 2 weeks ago when he came on as substitute, gets the opportunity once again. Now Stark, has he enough pace? Away from Leiner. Needs some support. Billy Kirkwood's header down towards Dodds. And Foyler happy to touch it over, but Dodds almost caught the keeper napping. Stark did so well on the far side, played it back towards Kirkwood, a downward header. Dodds taking it first time, and the dipping volley almost sneaking into the top corner. Bit of pushing by Keenast on Sturrock, although Milne got to the ball. Gargar it was rather, number 3. So United's free kick. Once again, the men in the back going up, Goff and Hegarty. How United would welcome a second goal to take some of the strain off. Bannon the short one this time towards Sturrock. This is Milne. Swerving at Foyler and almost catching out the Austrian keeper. Well, what a shot that was from Ralph Milne. Stepping inside, a left foot shot, swerving and dipping, and Foyler did very well indeed. Gargar hasn't been seen in attack, the under-21 international. Here's Weber. Hagmeyer. Back to Bruchik. Hagmeyer again. Keglowitz is free in the right. David Dodds battling hard. There's Bruchik. Keglowitz still free over on the right. Malpas coming to meet him. Can United hang on? Seconds ticking away much too slowly for the liking of the Tannadice supporters. Rapid trying to create the opportunity. Dodds at full stretch. Now Pregisbauer. The far post cross. And the header goes wide to the relief of Hamish McAlpine, although he did appear to have the ball covered. Could cost this from Pregisbauer, finding Hagmeyer in the box. Good header, just going wide. There's David Dodds, now Milne. Holt, judging it well. Milne towards Sturrock, neat touch to Dodds, can he get it to Bannon? Stark can. Now some magic from Bannon wouldn't go wrong at this point. Here's David Dodds. Forcing his way forward. Weber's clearance. Good play from Vilford. The referee allowing play to go on. Keglowitz is free in the right. Tremendous pace he has. And look at the positioning of Hamish McAlpine. That goalkeeping. Keglowitz made the run, came through the middle like an arrow. And McAlpine rescuing Dundee United. Well, what a save that was from McAlpine. He made it look easy, but it certainly wasn't. And United now have a free kick as we go into the final minute of the match. History about to be made for Dundee United. Golf playing it forward. Offside flag was up against Paul Sturrock. So free kick now to Rapid. We're well inside the final minute. 30 seconds left. I can't remember the train of thought in the second half, so there should be very little time added on. It can only be for deliberate time wasting. Malpass into space. Sturrock chasing. What stamina is shown tonight? Gargar's pass back. Referee checking his watch as Weber comes forward for Rapid. Bad ball forward collected now by Holt. This is Sturrock. Here's Derek Stark. Checking on the ball now, looking for help inside and trying to surprise Foyner at the near post. The referee checking his watch carefully. The final whistle has gone. United are through to the semi-final of the European Cup. After a marvellous 90-minute performance, Jim McLean still hasn't raised a smile, but he certainly ought to. David Dodds get the vital goal. In the 21st minute, turning in the miscued shot from Derek Stark, and the United supporters applauding their heroes to a man. Well, it wasn't a victory gained in cavalier style. It wasn't that kind of night. But United showed their resilience, their organisation, the tactical awareness, the determination, and that's what's taken them through to the semi-final of the European Cup for the first time in their history.
Yes, an absolutely superbly disciplined performance there by Dundee United. Congratulations to Jim McLean and his players. After the match, Graham Stewart spoke to the delighted Dundee United manager.
You said before the match this was the most important match ever for Dundee United. I think you would say that the players and fans responded to that.
Well, obviously we're all very pleased with the result, but as usual I felt that the performance could have been a little bit better in the aspect of when we had the ball. But it was a magnificent night for everyone connected with Dundee United, and I think that very few people in Scotland anyway would grudge us this night, because the players have put an awful lot into the game in the past few years, and I think they've entertained an awful lot of people in Scotland.
You stressed that this Austrian team were the most ordinary side that you've met in Europe, and did that influence your thinking at all as you went into the game?
No, I didn't say that remark actually. What happened was that they said that we were the most ordinary side and that they had met, and they also made a comment that we were the poorest side that we'd met. But on Monday Mrs Lindsay wrote out a couple of these statements and put them on the board, and last thing on the part we told the boys to have a look at them and go out and ram it down the coach's throat. And I don't really think we did that as far as an exceptional performance, but the main thing is we're through to the semi-final, and that is the important aspect.
You got that one goal, and as you came out into the second half, did you feel that one goal would be enough?
No, at no time. I was actually thinking about a one-goal victory during the day, and I said to myself, I says, well, I hope it comes in the last minute, because I really dreaded hanging on for 45 minutes or even for 8 to 9 minutes if it had come in the first minute. And I knew what I would go through at that time. But obviously at the end of the day, now the game's over, and the main thing is we got the goal that mattered.
Of course, with that one goal lead, you made a fairly progressive decision in that you put Ralph Milne on rather than sort of tightening up in the midfield. So you were keen to go forward and get more goals.
Well, I think that I did the right thing as far as trying to keep the players trying to be positive, but again, I honestly think that I made the wrong decision. I thought John Holt should have went on at that time, and Eamon Bannon would have been better pushing slightly forward, and it would have closed up the midfield. But at no time really did they look like scoring, because Ralph Milne really worked back into the midfield and did a tremendous job coming back the way. But I felt that Ralph at the moment is well off the form that he's capable of, and his confidence is down a wee bit. But I hope this result will help him, and we definitely need him playing, because we have a lot to play for between now and the end of the season.
Just a suggestion of a smile there from Jim McLean, and he's right, nobody in Scotland grudges Dundee United a famous victory. Next, Graham Stewart.
Much about it?
Well, I think actually Richard Cross and Stappy come in to have a hit again, but I think he's claffed and fortunately it fell right to my left peg, and I don't usually score much with them, so just luckily that went in. It's probably the most important with my left foot anyway. I love a score.
As well as scoring a goal, you were doing an amazing pile of work back in midfield. You seemed to be all over the place. That was your job tonight.
Well, especially after we scored a goal, we seemed to lay back a bit. Near midfield seemed to control the game, so I had to go back and try to give them a help. But I don't think we played that well over the two legs, but it makes up for the last 2 years when we've been put out, so I'll settle for that any time.
Yes, the smile tells it all. Well done for Davy Dodds. Well, we gave you the details briefly of Aberdeen's sensational victory tonight at Pittodrie. Let's hear now from Frank Gilfeather of Grampian Television at the ground.